boxing? Why the fuck are you watching boxing, you sensitive bitch? Why are you watching it? Boxing is not patty cakes. It's not tiddlywinks. It's a brutal motherfucking sport. If you haven't fucking realized, Slugfest City, bitch.
What up, everybody in the YTBC? So, real quick, just want to talk about the whole PED epidemic that's going on. Looks like there's a whole lot of dudes getting caught. I want to say that I'm really glad that they're getting caught, because, you know, for the past, you know, for a good while, I'm not really going to put a time frame because I'm sure it's probably been a lot longer than what I would probably estimate. So I'm not even going to put a time frame. But for quite some time, there's been dudes getting away with using PEDs, whether it be due to lack of testing or rules not being, things being swept under the rug, rules being ignored, whatever the case may be, using a unproven agency, or the agency has been proven to do shady things. We've had a lot of that in the past. Well, now VADA is out there catching all these dudes, and I'm glad that this is finally happening. I'm glad to see that, the sanctioning bodies look like they are finally acting like they have a backbone and actually enforcing their rules, not just letting their champions dictate weapons, going, so long without a defense, or, just nonsense. I'm glad that, the rules are being enforced, and I'm glad that these dudes are getting caught. Big shout out to Reef the Watcher. If you haven't checked out Reef, he's actually one of my, I have to say, he's one of my favorite channels. He doesn't do just boxing videos. He did have a channel specifically used for boxing, but now it seems like he's just doing everything on one channel. He does also do these videos called the Wood Grain Team. I watch the Wood Grain Team videos, but I don't really comment on them because it's really stuff that I feel that I'm not involved in. So for the most part, I just keep my mouth shut. I'll listen to what he has to say, but I don't really comment on it because I just don't know much about what he's speaking on. I don't know the people he's talking about. But when he's talking boxing, those are some great videos. Not saying that the Wood Grain Team videos aren't great. They are. They're actually quite entertaining. Reef is actually a very intelligent individual. I enjoy listening to his videos regardless of what he's talking about. So, and even if there's a difference of opinion, there's been times where I don't necessarily agree with him, but he does a very good job of explaining why he takes certain stands on certain issues, and I have much respect for Reef the Watcher, but definitely check him out. But he did a video talking about the PED situation as well. I definitely recommend that you check it out, and I just hope that this continues happening. If somebody is continuing to soil the name of the sport, then it needs to be brought to our attention, and there needs to be penalties that need to be paid. That's just the way that it is. If the penalties are harsh enough, these fighters are going to fight clean. In turn, in the long run, it's going to give the sport a better perception, where more casuals will want to become more than just casuals. And this is just one of those things where it's gotta get worse before it gets better. There's going to be some growing pains and that are going to happen, which is funny because the sport's been around for more than 200 years, possibly way longer than that, but finally going through some growing pains, and it's I'm glad that it's happening, because like I said, this stuff about the letting these fighters get away with things is because of how many views they get and how much money they bring to the table. There has to be a level of integrity for the sport, because all that money is not going to mean anything if people decide to just say, you know what, forget this sport. A lot of us, we're not going to say that because we've been watching it for so long, and this is a sport that we've just grown to know and love. But future generations that are getting to know the sport, if they're getting to know the dirty fighters, all the negativity, then the sport is not going to last. It will eventually die out due to, there won't be money in the future. You know what I'm saying? That, promoters like Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya and Al Heyman, they ain't gonna be able to promote fights because the fights aren't gonna bring in any money, because all the fans such as you and I are, gone, and all there is this new generation that has not grown up watching the sport, who has no interest in the sport because of the garbage. So there is an incentive to not just worry about the business. The business will take care of itself if the sport is being taken care of properly. And that's just the way that works. That's just the way that it is. You can disagree with me all you want, but that is how it works. So just want to put that out there. I hope that these guys are getting made example of. Dream Chasing Boxing said that this appears to be the year of PEDs, which is, like I said, I know the Povetkin situation is a little bit different, but the bottom line is it's a banned substance. It may not be a PED, but it's a banned substance nonetheless. So, I mean, fair is fair. Fair is fair. I much rather them enforce even the little petty rules and letting some of these guys get away with murder like they've done in the past. Not literally, but you know what I'm saying. Some of these guys have gotten away with way more than they should have in the past, and I'm glad to see that it doesn't appear that that's going to be happening any longer, just as long as it's the same across the board. So, and I will give you a good example of how I'm being fair here. I had a video that was blocked from YouTube because of some copyrighted material that I used. I didn't use it intentionally, but it was copyrighted material. Well, I didn't bitch and moan about it. I didn't fight it. I didn't do anything about it, really. This is YouTube's platform. I have to adhere to their rules. And if I violated a rule, then, my video got blocked. It is what it is, and that's just what happened in that situation. That could be very well compared to Povetkin's situation. He didn't take a PED per se. This, as I learn more about this drug, it doesn't really sound like a PED. Just like I wasn't purposely using copyrighted material, and I was actually trying to use it within fair use, but apparently it wasn't considered fair use. Well, I got caught, and so did he. So my video's taken down. That's cool. I do my best not to make the same infraction in the future. Same thing with Povetkin. He made an infraction. He broke a rule. Now he has to pay the consequence, just like I did. So that's just an example of me being fair. If I can do it with myself, I could do it with the fighters that I watch. So anyways, that's all I got for today. Haven't really had much time. I actually tried to record this once before, and my phone died. It didn't even tell me that my battery was under 15%. It just died all of a sudden. So you know, and it's just been busy. I am working on what I consider to be a huge collaboration. I'm not really gonna throw the names out there just yet. I still have to make a phone call, but once this collaboration is confirmed, then I'm gonna let you guys know about it. And this is something that I'm really excited about. So, but anyways, to all my subscribers, anybody watching my videos, or if you just so happen to stumble upon this video, hope you have a wonderful and blessed day.
How you think you gon' stop the movement? You ain't that